Okay, so the targets are Zycron, take a note of this. So Zycron to the Apes Flimpu. So that must be, is Ape the black player, Zycron the white player. Okay, so white has purple as a target. Pete has not young me, who is the black player. Zycron, no, Ape Flimpu has Bertram the boar, who is the green player. And Bertram the boar, who's green, has Pete as the red. Okay, so Pete in red is targeting the black player, so he's not going to be happy that black is off the bat holding a nice large bonus on the right, and that no one seems to be breaking it yet. Welcome to the stream, guys. This is the Pro Risk Takers, and we're streaming the Assassins Unlimited Open. And thanks to Pete for putting up the stream that we're able to broadcast. Oh, there's some annoying pop-up ad. I don't know how to get rid of that actually because it's a the direct connection rather than to the URL. Let's see. Ah, the thing's gone. Lil Banana Juice says hello. Congrats on your win. Great to see you. Do you have anything you'd like to say about your game? Nice to see you joining us. And Lil Banana Juice says thank you. It was very close. Zero says yeah, that game was crazy. that was a nice setup from Pete. Green's bold to be already on two bonuses. I wonder if he'll be allowed them. And Lil Bernardo just says, Mitch on Risk says, big bonus for not young me here. Yeah, I was thinking that actually. I was saying that like it's a tough position for Peter's red going up against Black as his target with Black like right off the start as well, getting that and no one breaking it. And Lil Banana Juice says Pete failing the kill made me think that not young me would win, but he failed the kill. But he failed the Pete kill being slow. Yeah, I think the time did matter though. So Pete's tactically taking the bonus next to his target's bonus so that he can defend his border and have a stack that's going to be targeting the person he wants to kill. And in the other chat, Nathaniel says, did Pete not win game one? And Sexist said he lost because of a pathing error. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Is anyone going for more bonuses? I feel like it's tricky because, like, really depending on how the others want to play it, like, sometimes you do hold a lot of bonuses, but also at other times, like, you just become the target. Zara says, very rare to see Pete mess up such easy wins, almost like winning the lottery. So we've got Green here trying to kill Pete in red, and Pete as red is trying to kill Black. It's fairly close in troops so far, so I do think what they do going forward is going to matter, and I think what how the cards play out will matter. That blizzard in the middle, Peter's just said, is important for how the map connects. I think that's right. It's like a very it's a high connectivity territory, and cutting that off sort of cuts off the center a little bit. So Pete says, does Zycron just kill apes right now? I mean, he has a lot of. I mean, the only thing is, yeah, I mean, his 15 does kind of connect. He has the numbers. The question is, can he get them to the right place? Yeah, yeah, he's got this, and that's his target. Well played. Nathaniel says, I think the issue there was people holding multiple bonuses. Holding single bonuses is one thing, but this was madness. And Snugliona backs it up with don't let people hold a +8 lol. The Big Heisung says, I advocate for no bonuses but get overruled. And Carter says, don't be bonosaurs is the way to go. And Natty Custon says, I saw that coming. So Zycron takes the second win. We've now got Pete, Not Young Me, Bertram the Boar, and the Apes Flynn Poo all going into game three, which will be a four-player game where the winner advances. Does it at this point matter if no, it doesn't, does it? Like there's one winner, so like it doesn't matter what he does after losing. He's just trying to see if he was close to killing Black. I mean, he was close, but like at the same time, like there was a 5 and a 3 left. Pete's looking a little bit down after this. I think he's that one. I don't know. It's tricky. It felt a little bit unlucky, but also I don't know. Maybe there was a small mistake on the bonuses, and the last game I think was unfortunate with the pathing. Zycron and Lil Banana Juice, I think, are both very successful players. You know, we've seen Zycron actually, I think, won the most PRT points of any of the pro risk takers last year, and Lil Banana Juice won the Caps Hide and Seek 1v1 tournament. So, you know, they're both acclaimed players, and they're pulling out the results. You know, naturally, we have Pete is another famous player who's, you know, top on the Sabre list, but the luck doesn't seem to be with him on this round. And Snugliona says, moral of the story is don't let people hold a +8. Yeah, +8 is a lot of troops. Okay, so you're setting up the settings. While they do that, it's probably worth mentioning our sponsor, Rogue Energy. So, if you like gamer energy drinks and you want to get a bit of a one up in your gaming, Rogue Energy drinks are the way to go, and the proceeds from the sponsorship contributes towards the prize fund for our Pro Risk Takers tournament. It's also worth noting on the Pro Risk Takers website, you can sign up if you'd like to join these tournaments and get involved with the events. There's like almost every month there'll be a tournament. There's open events, there's invitational events for top players. People get pro risk taker cards. You know, there's a lot of benefits to getting involved. Whether you're just looking to kind of casually play more risk or to, you know, make a name in risk as an esport. And Zycron says Apes was weak and adjacent to me. Pete fortunately didn't block my right stack from going through his bonus. Very fortunate. Yeah, I think that's an interesting point. It wasn't just the numbers, but also the ability to put the numbers into the right place and to not be blocked. And Matt Two Law says, "Go get him, Pete." Okay, what are the targets for this error? Okay, send them to me. Pete to Ape. Ape to Bertram. Bertram to Not Young Me. And Not Young Me to Pete. So it's kind of a circle actually where everybody apart from so everyone has the player who's ahead of them in turn order, apart from the first player who has the last player, which in a way is still ahead of him in the turn order. So everyone, whoever goes before them in the turn order, is the person they're trying to kill, and whoever goes after them in the turn order is the person trying to kill them. So from Pete's perspective, he's trying to kill purple, who's before him in the turn order, and he's trying to be killed by black, who's after him in the turn order. I think it's interesting actually. So Pete in red would have a natural play for Australia, but black's blocked that, which I think is a good move because black doesn't want red to get strong. But I think red's going to have an opportunity to take Europe, which could end up being a bigger bonus. So that almost could be a backfire. Snugliona says we should call this assassin configuration the turn order tornado, and Zokron says LMAO. These are unstable portals as well, so I think that could shake things up on, if you try and kill someone when the portals are open, I think that's a lot easier to doing it when the portals are closed. So the question is, when Pete takes Europe this turn, is that going to hold up, or is someone going to break it? I think apart from Ukraine, which is a little softer, it looks fairly well defended. I think it'd make himself fairly obvious if Black went for a power move to break that. Zycron says, "Do we know the targets?" Guess not. Yeah, we do actually. So each player's target is the player before them in the turn order this game, and for the first player, it's the last player because that's the one before him. He says, "Oh wow." So yeah. So for Pete, his target is purple, whereas the person targeting him is black. In Pete's chat, Natty Tuscan says, "You got this, King." So Pete's considering breaking Africa for purple, but he's saying it's hard for him to do that and get away with it. Purple's taking the lead on troops, which I do think makes it a bit harder for Pete and Red. Yeah, does Bertram and Green want Apes is five to hit his four? Like where does he want that five to go to take North America? I feel like sometimes you can't wait forever, and you just need to get rid of the troops sometimes and just get the bonus. Like it's a plus five. Like holding it for an extra turn is worth it. So he takes the card in Australia. Purple's looking strong, and Zycron says Pete will kill catch up if game doesn't end quickly. I'm sure a kill or suicide will happen by then though. Who do you think's in the best position here, Zycron? Portal shift, so that creates an opportunity for Black to break Europe if he did want to and make things harder for his target. It would make it quite obvious though that he was the target and open him up for the 15 to respond. Zycron says apes if he acts quickly. He's got apes in purple here. Yeah, I mean purple has numbers. Is he going to be able to use those numbers to finish off green this turn? I mean yeah, I think he does with a little bit of luck on that 10. Or losing that 2v1 though does spread his forces a little bit thin. I think he's going to need some luck here. Like, what's that? A 9v. Okay, no, he doesn't. Which I think helps Pete to kill purple now. You know, it's still. I mean, purple still has more troops than red. But, I mean, potentially, is he going to kill green to take him and shift the targets? And Zycron says, OMG, bad dice. Yeah, I mean, is 48 enough to just outright kill the 29 now and take the win? I feel like I would go for it in that position. Yeah, I mean, he's basically all his troops are open to purple. He should have this. Can use the six to his advantage as well. He's got a yeah. I mean, he's fast at attacking. I wouldn't expect him to run out of time here. I think it's just whether that that's he's falling a little bit short. That five's not going to be able to take all of North America. Does he still break purple's bonus? Seth X in the chat says keep going, and Kowalski says portal do it. Yeah, that's an interesting chat actually. Is there enough there with the portal for the 12 to split, take out what's needed in North America and still finish off Africa? Or is that overly ambitious? So interestingly now, Green needs to kill Black, but he can't because Black has way more troops. Purple needs to kill Green, but he can't easily because like Purple's weak himself. Red needs to kill Purple, which is not looking like is going to happen because Black doesn't want him to. So it's hard to see Purple winning this by killing Black. The question is, does Black kill Red before Red kills Purple? Or does maybe Black just kill Purple here and turn this into a 1v1? He only gets one card, but I do think he can't just let Red win, so that is valid. This is tight. I still think this could. I mean, if Black gets unlucky enough, like maybe he pulls infantry, maybe he gets a bad hit. The tricky thing is that Red only has one card, so like the luck would need to be quite extreme. Yeah, so now they both need to kill each other. But Black has a huge initiative advantage in that like he's getting to attack first. So he gets to sort of go into the 1v1 with more momentum. He's also up 12 troops and one card, so like it's quite a sizable material advantage. I think you need some like Pete as Red would need significant luck here to make a turnaround. Black's kind of up two cards now. I think Black has this. Pete said he wants to try and bluff some bonuses, which is interesting. Like, I think, yeah, it's interesting to think that he would hold Europe there. I feel like that should be easy to break. I mean, 26, 23. It's looking a lot closer after the attacker advantage of Pete's turn. But it really depends, I think, what are the three cards that Black's holding right now? Is that a 10 trade or is that like half an infantry trade? It's the cards, yeah. I think very, very unlucky that Black doesn't win. It's the cards. Well, yeah, I mean, it really depends what the cards are, doesn't it? Like, Black still has time to pull out a card trade. Oh, that wasn't good. Okay, yeah, Pete's in with a fighting chance. And Carter says wild card for the win. Okay, so Pete has a wild card. Okay, all he needs to do is make it through to use that wild card, and he should be able to get a fairly sizable trade here. Not Young Me's on 22 territory, so Pete also needs to slightly dominate the territory game this turn so that his opponent isn't starting with too many troops. 18 territory exactly. It's tricky. It's tricky because like if he didn't take Australia there, he wouldn't have a bonus to apply pressure. But at the same time, he could have taken one more territory if he didn't leave the two by taking Australia. Okay, so he did get it. So rather than leaving Not Your Me on 18 territory, giving him +6, he's cut him down just below a multiple of 3, meaning that with 17 territory, he'll only be getting +5. So I think that extra territory between 18 and 17 was pivotal on the deployment troops. So Pete has a 3 artillery trade, which is decent, and it's is this fixed or prog? I think it's fixed, isn't it? And it's looking like he's going to get a chance to play it. So actually, the looks really turned around. Going into this 1v1, Black was the first player when the 1v1 started, getting the initiative advantage from that. He was 12 troops up. Oh no, it is prog. So he was 12 troops up, and on top of that, he had the substantial advantage of being a couple of cards ahead. And I think we've just seen all of that turn around. And now it's slightly in Pete's favour, even if Black trades, I think. Black's going to get, a decent amount of troops, +12, plus 15. But I still think Pete's in a really strong position here that wasn't necessarily expected. So it'd be quite the turnaround from, the despondency after. Yeah, I don't know whether 15 is going to be enough here to. Yeah, he also gets +3, 18 troops. If he kills 18 of that 37, yeah, it's still kind of tight, but. Because he can take the tax advantage on that 20, so if he loses nothing, I think this could still turn around. He also has more cards. Snuggly and says we're back to the same card luck scenario. Yeah, it's very true. I think it's like either player could win right now if they're the one to pull out the trade faster. It's the player who can trade earlier can use the trade to take territory, use those territory to gain troops, and use those territory to stop their opponent gaining troops. So it can really spiral from that. And Pete says, I think this is exciting risk gameplay. Yeah, really close stuff. And big card trades as well make this exciting. Carter says next set wins. And I think looking at Black being on 3 cards compared to Pete's one, the odds of him pulling it out first are very high. The chance of trading on a 3 in this situation is about 40%. The chance of trading on 4 is 80%. So for Pete to trade first, he needs Black really to be not trading on 3 or on 4. So that's like a 20% chance. And then on top of that, Pete needs to pull the trade on 3, which is like 40% chance. So, it's what, zero point 0.4 times zero point 0.2. It's like an 8% chance here that Pete's going to get the earlier trade. And Snugliana said, but Pete just did that last time around. I guess, yeah, I mean, they're independent, aren't they? No set on three. Yeah, this is unlucky for Black, but like it's good for Pete. He's getting so he's held onto 18 territories plus six, so that's a really nice hand to be played by Fate. He's up to 318 viewers on the stream. We've got 11, so people are keen to see how this plays out. Everyone's kind of on the edge of their seats. Loses a one, hitting the two, takes Australia. An unstable portals on that territory. The portals will change after Black's turn, so Australia is still going to be defended by the portal this turn. I think the unstable portal in a way favors the first player because it changes after the second player's turn rather than before. So I think Pete slightly is benefited by the portals, but the card trades. No way. He was like 80% chance to have that trade again and doesn't have it. So it's like both chances for Black to trade first on four cards he didn't have. Does Pete have the trade on three? He doesn't. Wow. The question is though, will Black, can Black kill Pete this turn with a 20, I think a 20 trade plus four? It's genuinely close. The portals are open. He's got 12 territories, that's plus four. If Pete rolls the 2v1, he could cost an extra troop, so it is, I think, on average beneficial to take that 2v1 there. Because there's a 40% chance he costs the opponent two troops, and a 60% chance it costs him one troop. So on average, that 40% chance of both troops is more favourable. Zycron says it's 27 territories. So he's going to go through the portal, leaves the two. So Pete's alive. Does he trade on four? 80% also chance that he does trade on four. But I didn't catch what his cards were, so moment of truth. And he has the trade, so can he pull off the kill here and now? I mean, he should. Like, he can take a very good shot at it. 24 stack needs to kill. I don't think he quite can, actually. He'd have to get quite lucky because his, 16 stacks having to kill 19 ones, it's not enough. But does Black have a trade on three? Is really going to hinge on that. So that says 37% to Blitz, but he slow rolls it, taking it up to about 40% because you get a little bit more chance on true random with lower odds. 40% chance here that Black trades. Does he have the set? I wouldn't necessarily have paused to emote there. I think I would have quickly ended my turn because I don't want to give him time to plan a path if he does have the trade. Wow. He could have this. He can't quite close it this turn, right? But so I think he was saying that he would have rather placed on one of the twos instead of placing on one. That was a good roll. Surely it's not no trade on four three times in a row. Yeah, that would be brutal. The question is, if he has the trade, is that enough? Like, because Pete still has a lot of the map, and it won't be that long until he trades himself. So Pete has the set on three. Can Black? No way. No way. Doesn't trade. That's That's so painful. That's genuinely unbelievable. Wow. That was nuts. He was up to like 380 views. Thanks for watching, guys.